Zealot weapons against players like Maru who like to go for those Colossi, like to jump on top of those Colossi. Because you have Zealots all around them, it becomes a lot more difficult, right? So.
Yeah. I mean, usually you're going to want those Stalkers for a bit of extra DPS in the back, you know, just when they're protected by the Zealots. Or you might need a high number of them when you're dealing with a lot of Vikings. But neither Dream nor Maru is using that style, so.
When you have this basically pure Stalker count that's low like that, it becomes difficult. When you've got mass Stalker, like we're talking 35, and you've got Colossi, you don't necessarily need as many Zealots because the Stalker damage is so much, it's so consistent, they stack up a lot, like Marines. They also do a ton of damage to Marauders and also Medevacs, but in this case, I feel like it was too pure of a Stalker count.
Well, guys, let's jump into game number 2 here between Dream and MyuNgSiK on Cactus Valley right now. Down here in the bottom right, taking that last game pretty easily. Terran player from SK Telecom T1, it is Dream.
And his opponent to the bottom left in blue is MyuNgSiK, of course. Sad we don't get any camera shots from these guys.
Well, I think this is the reason why it's going to be a 9-gate.
Whoa. That's pretty out there.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I've ever even really seen that before. It's extremely early.
It's usually for one of a few things. One is like early Stalker pressure versus a CC first, or super fast Stargate because you get your gate faster, you get your core faster, etc., etc., etc.
Usually, I mean, it comes out on 11 if I'm not mistaken. Maybe that's just in PvP. Maybe this is like a little bit mixed up. He wants it to come out even that much faster against a Terran.
Well, it's funny because like a Stargate is also somewhat, if you're going for Stargate in this case, somewhat gas dependent more than Gateway and Cybercore build time dependent. I think this is going to be a rushed, like really fast Stalker Zealot Mothership core pressure that he's going to send across the map, hoping to punish the CC first because it's so popular on this map. Got his pins! So sick. I gotta go get my
they come
pins.
in a box even.
Yeah.
Whoa.
You can even use that box to store other things later if you want to wear your pins, you know, around the studio.
The value, man. The value.
Yeah. I need to get, where's my box? I'm going to go get one. All right, so second pylon down on the low ground.
Ooh, and he's going to scout the
early.
wrong way.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Yep.
But it should still line up with his first Stalker. If he scouts and then immediately redirects to the top right, he should know where he's at by the time that the first Stalker comes out. Chrono boosting Warp Gate research, actually, though.
Ooh.
Interesting. Could this simply be just a 3-gate? Perhaps even darker, the 4-gate. Saying he brought the Dream fan and wants to start the right sign said like bringing her because she was a Dream fan and wants to go to the finals. Other sign that said like Dream can't win the finals, something like that we saw earlier. It's kind of funny. Back to the game though, 3 gates it is, and here comes that first Stalker across the map. Gonna want to put that pressure on that CC first directly, and he is gonna scout now with that probe to the top right. The Stalker's already going because it's so fast to the bottom right. If it ends up being to the top right, he would have known by now. And look at that, he doesn't even check all the way up there. He knows it would have been a CC already there. It would have been a wall in. So he's going to go right to the right side. Turns the Stalker around. He wants to make this a big surprise. He wants to use the Stalker not for direct pressure to force a bunker. He does not want him to make a bunker. He wants to deny an SCB scout, and then he's going to go and do the attack. It seems like now he's actually sending it around with the probe. Look at this warp gate timing, man. This is going to work out really well.
It's coming out super fast, and this is so like MyuNgSiK. I knew he would do this, you know, at least once against Dream, just because, you know, Dream is such a strong player. Dream, though, he does have 3 barracks out, rather, so he's going to be getting a lot of units here, but
it's going to be pure Stalkers, maybe a Zealot. But the thing about Stalkers versus Marines is they outrange them and they outspeed them. So look at this. He's hiding this until the first 4 Stalkers show because the bunker is so late. If he Stalker pressured earlier, this bunker would have been up already. The Marines would have been in position. He has no idea what's going on. This is such a smart move here by MyuNgSiK. And now it's all going to be about the SCV control and the Stalkers versus it. Pylon's going to get high ground vision.
Yeah, he's going to have that pylon coming up here. He's trying desperately to make 2 bunkers at the same time. Focuses down that pylon, no cancel. losing a lot of SCVs here, but again, MyuNgSiK sitting back at home on just 19, not making any more. He just needs to do more damage here. SCV's getting in the way.
The Zealots are going to try to tank here and rip through those SCVs, but he needs a little bit more than that. The 2 bunkers are going to finish here, but he's done a lot of damage already.
He can pull back those SCVs now. I think he even stayed just slightly too long. Now that he's got these bunkers up and he has the double orbital, I think he should be fine with this. Again, this is a lot of stalkers.
He's going to try to run by. I actually can't believe he's committing to this. I don't think this is going to work. Now he's stuck. He does not have blink. He has no transition point. He had one chance to make a Nexus. He warped in 3 more stalkers instead, and I think that's going to cost him this game.
Well, again, losing a lot of SCVs here is Dream. He does have that second orbital, of course, but all these stalkers should go down, and they will.
And now he has, what's he going to do, warp in more stalkers and run them up the ramp? Actually, the answer is yes.
He's just going to GG out. Dream taking the easy 2 over MyuNgSiK. I don't even know what that was, Wolf.
I can't believe he warped in those 3 more stalkers, and then he just tried to run through, but I don't know. I feel like he could have definitely played that a little bit differently. The Zealot warping was smart, but he could have just continued to poke, deny the CC, get his own Nexus up at home. He had like 380 minerals, and I was like, okay, he's going to make a Nexus, and then boom, 3 more stalkers. Not the right choice.
I mean, a better Protoss in the first place, he wouldn't have done that build, okay? But if he was in that situation, he would have done what you were saying. You know, you already did a lot of damage. You took down so many of those SCVs. You know, maybe just poke up there, trade some shields. You don't need to commit that much. It just seemed like MyuNgSiK was too scared of going anywhere past an early game there against Dream.
And the other thing to consider, too, is if he does go home and make an Nexus, he plays way behind. So perhaps he was like, this is lose-lose. Maybe I can get by here. A worse Terran player would have not made 2 bunkers. If it's only 1 bunker, you absolutely can run by and do a lot more. But with 2 bunkers, with all that extra range, it was just not going to happen.
And the position on that one that was more to the north, I suppose, was actually a very good one. It's almost like he knew that was a possibility. So very nicely done by Dream.
Man, this is my first time with these outfits. I just feel like we're like the bow tie bros.
Yes, we
bow
are.
tie boys, man.
We're both from a Bond movie, it seems. Well, guys, we're going to take a 3-minute break. We'll be right back.